Louisiana Beer Reviews Spindletap Brewing's Houston Hustle Juicy IPA. Houston Hustle. I see that there's one other video review on this beer from Beers with Beck. Alright, and I intend to watch that. Houston, Texas. I've never been to the brewery. Be nice to go. I've been to Carbach and St. Arnold and Anheuser-Busch in Houston and taken tours there. 6.5% alcohol. This is a adhesive label on a clear cylindrical can. I found this at Mathern's and they had it on discount for $1.99. Got the born on date, guys. Alright, so they use CRYO, let's see, T90 MOSAIC, CRYOPOP, and CITRA. I don't know what CITRA and CRYOPOP is. I guess it's cryogenically frozen hops, like they do at some other breweries that we got some for a little while from the Northwest. They were all, and I liked them, but my friend David said they were terrible. And I don't know what T90 is. Alright, they don't list the malts, and there's not enough reviews on Beer Advocate to give it a score. On Untapped, it's getting like a 77, which would be like an 87 on Beer Advocate, so like good. I don't recall seeing this. I don't know why they discounted it. Honestly, I never noticed this until I saw it in that discount basket for $1.99, so I'm hoping it's good. Houston Hustle. I've been to Houston. As I said, those brewery tours. I've been to many Houston Astros games. I've been to Houston Cougars football games against Tulane at the old stadium and the new stadium. I think Tulane won both of those games, if I'm not mistaken. I know they won the second one. During the first one, there was a tropical storm coming over, but they still had the game, and it was just like rain, a rainstorm. I've been to University of Houston basketball games against Louisiana State University. LSU lost that one. Been to college baseball. Prairie View A&M at Texas Southern University. That was very nice. Rice University football. Tulane at Rice. Tulane won. I went to the Houston Bowl twice. At the Astrodome the first time. Texas A&M and have to check on that. West Virginia. I know it was Texas A&M because they had a huge amount of people. And then I went to the new stadium, Reliant Stadium, whatever it's called, and saw the. So it was the only game I ever went to in the Astrodome, college football. Interesting stadium. Then I went to the new stadium and saw the Houston Bowl, which was Navy and I can't remember. I can't remember those bowl games. I remember the game. I mean, there's so many games different teams play, and it was Navy, and I can look it up. Doesn't matter. All right. Been to the zoo, which is very nice. Been to many restaurants. Been to church. Or did I just go to confession? Did I ever go to actual mass in Houston? That's a good question. On the outskirts. Might have been some of those eastern suburbs that are technically part of Houston, yeah. Oh well, enough of the Houston travelogue. It's a nice place, but like a lot of cities, it's not the wrong people run it, so they have a lot of the wrong things happening. All right. Stayed at many hotels in Houston. Went across that old bridge from 1939, I think. I walked across it. It's like downtown, but most people don't know it's there. It's an old bridge. Yeah, it's kind of dank. Fruity, I wouldn't say that. It does have kind of that freeze-dried, but not freeze or burnt, freeze-dried thing. It's like really cold in the nose. Bready malt. So these cryo hop IPAs are, if you've never had one, they might come across very odd. And like I said, my friend David was like, "This stuff's terrible, terrible." He was just hating it. I said, "It's not terrible. It's very good. It's most excellent in some cases. It's just different." Been to the bus station in Houston. All right, Greyhound. Interesting place. And of course, I've purchased lots of beer there. Been to many Mexican restaurants. Good Tex-Mex place to go, Houston. About 5.5 hours from here. Bready. Oh, bitterness. They don't put the IBUs. I know why. They don't exist. You know, there is no IBU. There is no unit. Body's medium. The mouth feels kind of fluffy and bready. Finish is mostly dry. Juicy. Okay, so sweetness. It's not really that sweet. I'll say 2 out of 5 sugar cubes. It's bready, but not sweet bread. And then bitterness is just, there is none. And let me give it another sip. I don't know if I'm feeling strange when you're a stranger. No, but I feel fine, and the weather's beautiful, and I just think this thing has got no bitterness units. Well, I guess it has some, but it's negligible. So I'm going to say it feels like it's 1 out of 5 hop cones. It's probably really 2 out of 5 hop cones, but it's like, nah, this is not really an IPA that should be around. You know, I mean, it's a strong, bready ale. They ought to call it a American strong bready ale, or a Texas bready ale, but in India pale ale, I don't believe so. I mean, but these things, it's getting like more and more out of line, worse and worse. Like they went from reduced bitterness to very reduced bitterness to extremely reduced bitterness to astronomically reduced bitterness, and that's where this is. So now, maybe my father, he would say, it's good if you want to drink all that garbage. You know, he doesn't drink alcohol anymore. But like he says, his big statement, why would anybody want to drink something that's bitter? I said, well, I said, there's good bitter flavors, you know, but he doesn't get it. Then he'll eat a grapefruit. I'm like, that is an example. But people put sugar on it to balance out the bitterness. But anyway, sirens again. I don't know, man. This thing is just, it just tastes like bread with some fruit. I could take marmalade and put it on bread. Yeah. that's kind of like what this is. But yeah, I could just take. I don't know. It's Spindletap. Wasn't that in Beaumont though, where that happened? But I've had some good ones from them. But I think some of them have been kind of off, kind of not right, kind of aberrant. I would still go visit the place though, if they'll let me come in now. But all right, decent lacing, and it's like, I guess yellow. It's more, it's like light gold, like what they call that jewelry, white gold. Now, is it a bad flavor? No, it isn't a bad flavor. And some of these, this thing must be wheated. I'm telling you, I bet you they have wheat in this. I cannot prove it. But these wheated ales, they taste smoky, and I don't know why that is. Like Florida Man, I heard they changed the recipe, made it stronger. But I don't ever see that. That company's beers have totally disappeared from this area. I mean, yeah, I can track it. I can track High Lie down in New Orleans in some dark corners of the city. But as far as widespread distribution, Cigar City, for all intents and purposes, does not exist in Louisiana. You could just see the fade. Same thing happened with Red Hook 10 years ago. Prominent. I can name a lot of others. So overall, it's a decent flavor. You know, it's, you know, enjoyable. Probably like say about B plus, 88 out of 100 overall. Just a nice product, I guess. No, I mean, yeah, it is. I don't have to guess. It is. It is a nice product. But then I could say that for a lot of things. For a juicy IPA, it's not really particularly juicy, come to think of it. I'll go with the 83. I'll be curious to see what the Beers with Beck says. So he might live in Texas. I don't remember. They got beer reviewers from all over, you know. Like, I can't remember where all of them live, but there have been a few in Louisiana. They're around and then they disappear. North Louisiana, New Orleans. But they don't seem to last. Like, I'll see them and they be making videos talking about, we from Louisiana, Louisiana boys, and we you know, we representing the state, and then it's like, psh. So I wish there were more. Yeah, you can see where this was going. I think you could kind of follow the trend on this video. So it's 83. I'm gonna go with 83, 8.3 out of 10. It's good. It's good. You want to pay $1.99 a can for some good beer? Yeah, I'd rather pay. I can get some good beer for $19.99 a 30 pack though. But yeah, but anyway, so I'm not mad about it. I mean, you know, I see these things and I buy them. I just say, well, let me see what it's about, and I buy it. I really don't. When I buy them, I don't have any like background on it. I just see it. I said, I didn't even know it was a juicy IPA literally until like an hour ago. And then I did the research on the hops and all. So I just buy these things. Whether they're good or bad, I don't know what's going to happen. You know, just buy them. So that's no big deal. There's a lot of beer on the shelves, and I mean, you're a consumer. I'm a consumer. You could just buy whatever you want, try it out. If it's good, or excellent, or not so good, whatever, you just call it. You know. Wine, same thing. They're talking about they're going to have this big sale on Lindemans wines from Western Australia. $2.99 a bottle. If they got 10 of them for $2.99, I'll buy 10. Different flavors, styles, less than $30 for 10 bottles. Huh. I kind of know how it's going to turn out, but I'll be pleased because I know how it's going to turn out, and it's going to be, you know, generally positive. Whiskey, rum, gin, not too much gin though, but vodka, tequila. It's kind of like the same thing. I don't plan these things out. I just see them. I say, oh, I need a mezcal. I got one left, and then I need a new one. So I'll just go and say, 33. Oh, $27.99. Let's see about this. I never heard of it. I'll buy it. You know, like, what's the worst that can happen? That I don't like it? And then I always like them, you know, within a certain parameter, so there's no loss there. All right, so 83 out of 100, a good product, but I mean, these days with craft beer, it's like the same thing. It just keeps happening. It's like, well, it's good. It's like, where have all the good beers gone? Long time passing. You know, it's like, you know how you feel? I feel worse than that. So, laissez le bon temps relais, and I'm going to end this review by saying y'all go to a certain, any state, and then take a brewery tour.